こんにちは、通訳の雄大と
ニックです。
あとカメラマンの
元です。今日ニックさんにですね、
はい、
日本の子供たちにシュートを教えてもらいたいと。
そうですね。
ニックさんめちゃめちゃシュート入るんで、
屈指のシューターなので、
ニックさんのシュートのコツとか、こういう練習したらいいよとか教えてもらえれば。
はい、行きましょう。
早っ。
教
えたいこといっぱい。はい。
So I think one thing that's important, like for you kids, is like one thing that I still do to this day. Like when I first show up onto the court before the games, is I like to start like closer to the basket, so that you can work on your form and you can kind of just sit here and kind of just shoot closely, so that you get a feel for how your ball is feeling today. And I mean, you can even come in here with one hand and kind of shoot it up like that so that you can get your form right, and then as you start feeling better, you can kind of you can either move to the side or you can just move back. But I think it's important to kind of come in and really be close to the basket. A lot of kids, they'll come in and the first thing they'll do is they'll shoot three-pointers, and it's like nothing's warmed up, your form isn't there. So I think it's important to start close and just keep moving your way back and moving your way back. And then if you get out to here and you're shooting jump shots and say you're not making them, well then maybe you want to step back in and maybe do another nice and slow, really focus on your form, your arc, everything like that, so it feels really perfect, and then maybe take another step back, and then you can restart with that shot. As you eventually get out there, everything feels comfortable and feels fluid.
ニックは今でもこれやってるんですか？
Oh yeah, daily. Because it's really important to me to feel comfortable when I'm ready to play, or ready to start practice. That I can really, step into practice. I'm ready to shoot, and it's like everything feels good. So really like to do this before the games, and I spend a long time. I make probably, I don't know, 25 to 50, probably more like 50 shots before the game, just doing it just like this. Just, you don't have to take these huge steps back, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you literally make this one, and then maybe just take a half a step back. And then, that one feels good, take another half a step back. As kids, you guys, you don't want to get too far out of your range either, I mean, someone like myself, we have the NBA line here, so this is probably as far as I need to go. I don't need to start shooting shots way back here. It's not going to be the game type shots. Once I feel comfortable, then, now I can kind of come around and I can move to the side, kind of get a little bit of a look. It's just really important that you get everything toned in and you really feel like you know what you're doing when you come out ready to practice or ready to play in the game.
ありがとうございます。
Let's show them like easy drills that they can do.
Okay. The drill that I kind of taught is that, so first things first is you can put the ball like this, so you're holding it, because obviously if the ball's off the side, you can't hold it. If your hand's on this side, you're not gonna be able to hold it. But once you get that ball like this and you can hold it, then you just flip it over and you can just shoot it just like that. And I have, bigger hands, so I can palm the ball, but being as a kid, you can just flip it over real fast so that when it comes back, you'll be able to tell if you start doing it like this, you're gonna lose the ball that way. So you can just do it as one motion to try to help you get your form right, so that you're here, and then bam. And then what happens is that leads into, adding your guide hand. But obviously shooting is most used with one hand. And so if you just hold it like that, you can really, and even with this drill, you can get to probably just inside the free throw line. But you don't want to go too far with one hand, because I think you're going to start, shooting it like that. That's not going to be good, you know what I mean? So what you want to do is get to where, and then when you need to add the hand, you can add the hand, and then you can, instead of starting this way, you can start like this, almost like a free throw, and then you just like that, so that it's still, you see, it's still the same motion. It still ends up at the same spot. Every single time I shoot the ball, it ends up right here, or if I shoot it here, it ends up right here. So it's the same motion over and over again.
What you usually do?
Like before the game?
Yeah, or like what you usually do during practice.
Thank you。すごい。なんで動きながら打つんですか？
You know, there's a time and a place to do spot shooting. You know, what we just learned, that's working on form. After practice, I'll do spots. You know, I'll do 7 spots. But that's also a good drill as well because that involves footwork. Maybe your friend's passing to you or teammates passing to you. You know, you're not going to get always a perfect pass, and you're not going to always have your footwork perfectly. When you're running from spot to spot, even if it's, you know, a couple feet inside each other, you still have to get your foot right. You know, 1, 2, you have to catch it. You know what I mean? You like throws a pass that's over here, you got to catch it, you got to put it back, and you got to put it up. So I feel like that's the total package when you start to get moving. Add a little bit more, you know, speed to it to try to make it more game-like. You know, speed is obviously important when it comes down to practice.
ありがとうございます。
Right.
ニックからのシューティングの秘伝の奥義を教えてもらったということで、これ見てくださっている方々は自分ができることを想定してしっかりとこのコツを使って練習してみてくれれば、そのうちニックみたいなすごいシューターになると思うので、ぜひ実践してみてください。じゃあ今日の企画は雄大と
ニックです。
最後にカメラマンの
元です。
はい、
ありがとうございました。